Good morning, everyone. This is Brandon McCarthy with the Judicial Accountability Association of America. I hope you're having a great day. Hey, listen, guys, you are not going to believe what just came across my desk. 5 sworn affidavits proving even more ex parte communication between Judge Reuben Green of the Cobb County Superior Court and other attorneys in civil matters have surfaced. This is absolutely crazy. Now, before I show you them, I just want to forewarn you that I did blur out a lot of what is in the affidavit, and the reason being is we do have a continuing and ongoing investigation of Judge Reuben Green. So, without further ado, here they are.
Okay, guys, as you can see here, this is the first affidavit, and what I'm going to do is just scroll through each one of these. I do have the important parts highlighted. I mean, as you can see, each one of them are notarized, just so there's no speculation of it being some sort of political agenda. These affidavits were, as you can see, done quite some time ago. So here we go. The first one, and I'm just going to read through them real quick, and you can read along or scroll through or however you'd like to do it. I observed in the courtroom on November 5th, 2014, how rude Judge Reuben Green was during the case. After the hearing was over, he called for a 5-minute recess before the next case. The attorney for the plaintiff approached the bench, inquiring with the judge about attorney's fees. Then Judge Reuben Green and plaintiff's attorney, Brad, I think, started making rude and condescending comments, laughing, and the judge stating, "Let's just wait to discuss attorney's fees. He will probably appeal this because he has appealed this case in the past." That was number one. Here's number two. After the hearing ended, I observed the attorney for the plaintiff approach the judge and asked him, "What about attorney's fees?" The attorney mentioned something about the appeal in the U.S. Supreme Court. The judge and attorney then started joking about it, and the judge stated that the defendant would probably appeal this as well. So let's just wait until he's done filing appeals, and then we will get all the attorney's fees. It appears the court's mind was made up before the hearing began. Here is affidavit number 3. The Judge Reuben Green pretty much had the air of, "Oh, here we go again, yawn yawn. Do your thing, Mr. McDonald. I've already made up my mind how I feel about this case and this man." When the judge addressed the defendant, his attitude was condescending and outright hateful at times. When the hearing was over, Mr. McDonald went to the judge and asked about attorney's fees. The judge recommended that he wait, stating that the defendant will probably appeal and they could calculate the fees at the end of any appeals. Mr. McDonald seemed happy with the judge's advice and went to the back of the courtroom and began talking with another attorney, laughing and talking about how much he would get in attorney's fees. He said he would never see it all at once, but it would be a nice annuity for the next 40 years. Once again, the legal system was very unfair with their decision, which seemed to have been made before the hearing began. This is affidavit number 4. It appeared as though Judge Green had a personal agenda of retaliation against the defendant, as demonstrated by Judge Green's condescending and disrespectful treatment and attitude throughout the hearing. Judge Green spoke with a sarcastic vocal tone while displaying facial contortions to emphasize his disdain for anything that the defendant said. It was apparent for the onset that Judge Green entered the proceeding with pre-existing animosity towards the defendant. After Brad McDonald approached the bench and inquired to Judge Green about the collecting attorney's fees from the defendant, the judge replied in a sneering tone of voice, suggesting that they would wait to see what other appeals the defendant would file. Then, according to Judge Green's comments, Brad McDonald could collect them all at once. This statement from Judge Green seemed to indicate that any action that defendant might have pending or might file in the future would automatically be ruled on with an adverse result for the defendant by Judge Green. After the hearing and on his way out, plaintiff's counsel Brad McDonald paused at the rear exit of the courtroom to loudly comment in a laughing, ridiculing tone to what appeared to be another attorney that the defendant would be paying him for the money for the next 40 years. He appeared to be very sure of a favorable outcome in any future litigation against the defendant that might appear in front of Judge Green. And here is affidavit number 5. I observed behavior of Judge Green that appeared extremely biased toward the defendant. It appeared that Judge Green already decided the outcome of the case prior to the hearing and granted what Brad McDonald requested. It was inappropriate for Brad McDonald and Judge Green to discuss attorney's fees after the defendant had exited the courtroom. Judge Green stated that they would tally up the fees for the father after his predicted appeal. It all seemed like a big joke to the two of them, and further appeared that the defendant would undoubtedly lose any proceeding before Judge Green, stating that he wouldn't see the money from the defendant now for the attorney's fees, but if the defendant could make $100 monthly payments, it would make a nice 40-year annuity. Judge Green showed substantial favoritism. And guys, here's the kicker. The actions shown by Judge Green have caused me to lose confidence in and distrust the Cobb County Superior Court. So in closing, you need to ask yourself, is this a judge that you want deciding your personal matters? Is this a judge that appears fair and impartial and that could do things in accordance with the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America and the state of Georgia? You decide. Thank you for watching, and until next time, have a great day.